Formula One stays exactly where it is for the second race at the Red Bull Ring. Welcome to the Austrian Grand Prix. After this race in the Red Bull Ring, it's a 2-week break for the British Grand Prix with 140,000 fans in attendance at Silverstone. Then a further 2-week break before the national summer break for Formula One commences on the 1st of August. Right at the end of August, it's the Belgian Grand Prix. Then it goes into a triple header with the Netherlands on the 5th of September and Italy on the 12th. On the 26th of September, we make one of our last trips over to Sochi in Russia before the 3rd of October, the announcement of the return, once again, of the Turkish Grand Prix. Japan is on October the 10th, a 2-week break before a triple header in the United States, Mexico and Brazil. Australia on November the 21st, followed then by a double header to round out the season, a new race in Saudi Arabia, and on the 12th of December, it's Abu Dhabi. Only one position changed in the Drivers' Championship over the last race in Styria. That was Alonso moving ahead of Ocon. However, in the Drivers' Championship, Max Verstappen did increase his lead. 156 points to Lewis Hamilton's 138. Perez and Norris are still battling it out. Valtteri Bottas is joining the party. Charles Leclerc, Carlos Sainz also in a battle of their own to be top dog at Ferrari. Then it's Gasly, Ricciardo and Vettel battling out over P9. On the second page, Alonso is ahead of Stroll, who's ahead of Ocon. Yuki Tsunoda now at 9 points, still one apiece to Raikkonen and Giovinazzi, and cruelly no points for George Russell, and neither to Mick Schumacher, Nikita Mazepin, or Nicholas Latifi. In the Constructors' Championship, Red Bull lead the way by exactly 20 points to Mercedes, 252 to 212. Then it's McLaren versus Ferrari once again. They're closing it over third place. AlphaTauri battling Aston Martin, 2 points between them. Alpine on their own at the moment. Alfa Romeo just on 2 points. Still no points for Williams or Haas. It's the 2021 Austrian Grand Prix, and this is the first practice session at the Red Bull Ring. Let's take a look around the Spielberg circuit in Austria, the Red Bull Ring, 2.683 miles, 10 corners. It is a short track and always delivers us with great racing. Start the lap then down towards turn 1, accelerate uphill, flat out, 8th gear, drop down to turn 1, uphill, 4th gear, 90 degree, right hander as you accelerate back up, little kick then coming into turn 2 as well. That counts as the second corner, mainly for motorbikes before you come up into Remus, turn 3, hard on the brakes, 2nd gear, another 90 right as well, flying down now, out of turn 3 as well, towards turn 4, Sochless Gold, 8th gear, down to just 4th gear at 175 kilometers an hour. Fly the car in, be careful not to run over on the slightly banked exit curb as you come round turn 6 at Pirelli. Flat out once again at the exit, 5th gear, hold the exit curve nicely, fly through turn 6 and 7 at the Vodge curve before coming down to Rindt at turn 9, over the crest of the browser that's been present on every variation of the track, fly in towards turn 7 at the Rindt curve, into turn 10, 5th gear, 200 kilometers an hour, accelerate at the exit, open up the DRS, and that is a lap of the Red Bull Ring in Austria. It is a fantastic short track and delivers great racing every single year. Hello everybody and welcome to Austria. Once again we are at the Red Bull Ring, this time for round 9 of the 2021 FIA Formula One World Championship. And instead of being the Styrian Grand Prix, it's the traditional Austrian Grand Prix. Around the short track Red Bull Ring, 2.683 miles, 10 corners in total as well. Just 3 go to the left as well. More like an oval, they talk about this circuit as well. Elevation changes high as well, 63.5 metres on the run-up to turn 3 at Remus. But it was turn 1 in 2015 that Verstappen and Maldonado had almost the biggest accident we've ever seen at this circuit as well. Verstappen locking up, Maldonado squealing the car at high corners. At the start of the race last weekend at the Styrian Grand Prix, Gasly with a puncture. First tapping Charles Leclerc, then tapping Antonio Giovinazzi, then tapping Nicholas Latifi. And down at turn 4, a move that had everybody in the commentary box excited. Leclerc diving and doing the switchback at Tsunoda down at turn 4 at Sochler's Gold. Tyre compounds have changed this weekend as well. They're a step softer. It's the C5 for the soft tyres, the medium the C4, and the hard tyre now the C3 replacing the C2. Wet weather could still be a factor, so blue for the 4 wets and green for the intermediates as well. Rain in the air, not due to come. However, Sunday, once again, is a chance of rain. Track temperature at 31 degrees, air temperature 17 degrees, 53% humidity, wind speed at 0.7 kilometres. It's coming in from the south as well. And Ian Birch alongside me in the commentary box. Styria last weekend admittedly wasn't the greatest of races we've ever seen, but here in Austria, we could have a fight back on our hands from Hamilton.
Oh, nice one.
I know, I like that
nice
one. Nice
scene about Hamilton.
Yeah, I know. I know.
You and Megan should realise that I do actually watch you two.
Yeah, I know. We came in back from, what was it, free practice 3 or something, and you were watching us and saying about Lewis. But
Lewis, go Lewis.
Megan is with us this weekend as well. She'll be covering the W
Series.
She's
watching The Simpsons.
Yeah, Megan's watching The Simpsons movie at the moment, but she'll be covering W Series and maybe dropping in later for FP2 as well.
But she looked after me the other night when I was really ill.
She did say that, yeah. She said that as well, that you weren't very well.
And the rest of you weren't bothered.
It was, what, 3 o'clock in the morning?
So?
Well, Megan told us
I
about
can't
that
help
last
when
night.
I'm ill.
Megan told us about that last night, yeah. But back in the box.
She's lovely, my daughter.
Trying to
and my other daughter's lovely as well.
We're trying to limit you as much as possible, though,
All
so that you can
17
recover.
of them.
Yeah, we're trying to limit you as much as possible so that you can recover.
Kellyanne.
But the British Grand Prix in 2 weeks' time, hopefully you'll be ready for that one because it's going to be a big one. This is, of course, the last weekend with the normal format, 3 practice sessions, a qualifying and the race. Next weekend, or the next race weekend, it's 1 practice session and a qualifying, free practice 2, sprint qualifying, and then we go into the normal race on Sunday as well. We're about 1 minute and 13 seconds away from the start of free practice number 1. Let's open up the graphic. As you can see, the car's getting ready to go on the track. So, talking about Lewis Hamilton now, he's 18 points behind Max Verstappen. That graphic came up right. And he hasn't... it's not really going his way at the moment, is it?
No, but it's not due to anything to what Lewis is... it's not really Lewis's problem. Lewis is a bit down at the moment because I don't think he feels that in qualifying he's got the car for... to actually do something about it. The one thing I have noticed, and this is a personal thing, is Angie is a lot chubbier than she used to be. So maybe Angie isn't able to. Maybe there's something wrong with Ange, and that they can't do their training together, and maybe that's depressing him. They do live together in the motorhome, and they're very close, and she's like a mother hen to him. And the anxiety problem that Lewis has, I know from personal experience that, anything that triggers anything different. But Lewis is the most consummate professional in that paddock. Well, Alonso as well.
Alonso's quite,
it's not just... And it's what Max is learning off the both of them, right? It's not just about driving a car. It's about thinking about what you're doing. Look at that. Look at that picture up there, Fernando.
Thanks for letting me have a go. I definitely didn't expect that.
Do you know who that picture is?
Is it Guan Yu Zhou, by any chance?
So,
who was taking part in this session? Guan Yu Zhou.
Do you mean the lad from Sheffield?
Yeah, the Sheffield lad.
The Sheffield lad who also works at Snetterton.
Yes, where I was a couple of weeks ago, of course.
Yeah.
But
that is Zhang.
Yeah, Guan Yu Zhou, the first Chinese driver to take part in Formula 1 sessions since Ma Qinghua in the 2015.
He's always been
Italian
one of my favourite drivers since he was. He's Alonso's second biggest fan behind Megan.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely correct there, isn't it? Megan, as I said, is with us this weekend. She's covering the W Series as she did last weekend.
You can imagine the fights in Meadowhall. Whoops, what happened then?
Our timing, our laptop's
You can
just
imagine the
crashing
fights
everywhere.
in Meadowhall between Megan and Zhang.
Over
you
the
know,
Alonso stuff.
About I'm Alonso, and the Formula One shop in Meadowhall. It's not still there, I don't think. But,
No,
you know,
sadly it's not. Yeah.
Yeah, because they could turn around and go, I'm the biggest fan. No, I'm the biggest fan. No, I'm the biggest fan. And my daughter got a deep voice when I do it.
I was just thinking that
You know,
doesn't sound like
when
Megan.
when I do an impression of my little daughter.
Megan at the moment was.
Welcome to W Series.
She was actually quite good in commentating.
Yeah, she was a bit nervous to begin with, but she got into it. Right, it would have helped if you'd have given her the brief that you have.
What do you mean?
This lot.
She did.
Well, tell her to read it
Hang on.
next time.
How much good is the
She can only pronounce one of the names, and that was because it was Russian.
No, that was me. I couldn't pronounce it. She.
Oh no,
she
you
did it
can't
all.
pronounce.
Yeah.
Well, Megan.
All these notes in front of me are
Megan's
about
got a great
Formula 1.
Russian accent.
Yeah. All these notes in front of me about Formula One. How on earth is it supposed to happen? She had this, which was the event notes, which was the track guide.
Yeah.
That's what she had. But she
You
had
know,
she wrote her own.
I said it last year that Zhang should have been the driver that Honda picked rather than
Guanyu Zhou,
Tsunoda.
Yeah.
I mean, Tsunoda was an average driver in F2 and F3. You know, did he? He was in the he was the F3 Japanese.
Yes, he was
style.
the Super Formula. Yeah.
But he wasn't actually anything out of the ordinary, and he's doing pretty well for an average guy. He's got a good car under him, and he's doing pretty well actually. But he's doing better than I thought. Tsunoda, right? Loves his food, right? Thank God that Honda have their own meal thing because he's even complaining about that though. Do you know what Tsunoda's complained about the Honda? Honda do Japanese food in the paddock, right? For the two teams. Is it 2 or 3? 2 now. That it's not
2,
3.
yeah.
Right. This is Red Bull, and no, hang on. There is 3 teams.
Honda only cover Red Bull and AlphaTauri.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, they have Chinese food available for them, and he's even complaining that they don't source the food from Japan because it doesn't taste the same. I can understand that because I've had fish and chips somewhere else as well.
It doesn't taste
taste
never
the
tastes the
same.
same. Yeah.
But then again, we'll leave Sheffield out of it again.
So on the track, we've got Roy Nazani and Callum Ilott. They're filling in as well in this early session. Callum Ilott, I think, is in for Antonio Giovinazzi. Roy Nazani is in, I think, for George Russell. And as I already said, Guanyu Zhou is in for Fernando Alonso. So we've got 5 ex-Formula 2 drivers out on the track there, and three current, no, 2 current, 3 exits.
Let's explain the fish and chip things, because we're from Grimsby, which used to be the biggest fish import in the world.
Yes.
Right? And about 30 odd years ago, we maybe more, we went to Barnsley to play Barnsley, and in South Yorkshire, and the fish and chip shop there, he nearly got pelted with the chips that he'd given us because of the fact that, people asked for fish and chips. And I'm sorry, I'm going to say something that's good about Barnsley in a minute because I love Barnsley. It's a lovely place. Goldthorpe is just outside. It's absolutely lovely. Lovely little small town village like thing. But anyway, you ask for fish and chips anywhere in Yorkshire, and what you get is, I'm sure there are that don't do this, but the vast majority of them, they give you a quarter of a fillet.
Yeah.
You know, there are 2 sides to a fish, so a half a fillet is what you get in Grimsby fish and chip shops, and then you can get jumbo haddock, right? And then they pass it. Literally, at least they don't do cod, which is for fish cakes.
Yeah.
Cod's for fish cakes, not for fish and chip shops. You can make your fish and chip shops. Make your pâtés and your thing out of cod, because that's all right, right? But your fish should be haddock.
Carlos Sainz going off at turn 1 as
But
well.
Barnsley, what they do, and they're one of the best. Pies and peas. What's Charlie doing
Well, Carlos Sainz went off the track at turn 1 as well. Charles Leclerc locking up as well. We've got all the cars out on the track as well. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to call what's been happening, but it's Pierre Gasly on top. He did have a lap time deletion. He's going to have this lap time deleted as well because he's run off the corner at turn 10. 106.054. That'll go in a second. So it'll be Verstappen a 106.640 if we open up the driver tracker.
Everybody's getting to know that Gasly is out driving that car.
Yeah, look, he's been deleted already.
Yeah, I know.
So he's
still top.
Oh yeah, still top, but he'll get deleted because he's off track.
Yeah, but he's driving that car so brilliantly, and his best friend hit him last time.
Yeah, Leclerc. Stroll
Pure
goes
mistake
third.
by Leclerc.
Yeah, it was a
And
lock-up.
and Charles, unlike Charles, because Charles usually does Vettel and blames everybody else, right? Charles fully admitted that it was his fault, and he took Gasly out of the race.
By accident, of course, and the puncture sort of destroyed the suspension.
Gasly wanted to carry on with 3 wheels, but you see, apparently Lewis says that you can only do that with the front left.
The front left to get it around, yeah. At the moment, then, let's open up the group chat as well. We've got that working now.
About time, too.
Good morning to Synthil. Granny Joe is Formula 2's championship leader at the moment, yes. And, yeah, he mentions the Orange fans
he's done
as
well this year.
Yeah, we're at capacity. 140,000 fans are in attendance at the Red Bull Ring this weekend. A full capacity, the first one
plenty
since
wearing
Abu Dhabi.
the new Max Red Bull orange T-shirts.
There's loads out there.
Right, I bet Luke wishes he had the concession for that.
I think he does, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there must be 30-odd thousand fans have bought these orange T-shirts.
Tsunoda's in the gravel
Tsunoda,
at Sochas Gold. He got on the exit of the curb and rear tire on it, and
isn't
got caught on.
Isn't that the corner where the McDonald's is?
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, so it's just Tsunoda being a young lad, just drive through.
Let's go through it as well. Love to see the Orange Army, says Synthil. Everyone on track except Granny Joe. Well, no, everyone's on the track now, by Sebastian Vettel, Norris as well out there. But they've all gone out. Yeah, Ilott, Zoe and Azani. So 3 Formula 2 drivers, plus another 2 in the form of Latifi, Schumacher, Mazepin.
Well, this has been brought about by the fact that they've now changed the sessions to accommodate more races and going to less venues.
Events,
so you've now got 3 instead of 2 on a weekend
and
races.
This weekend is Formula 3's
and
turn.
it's F3's time, so that gives the F2 drivers who are with the Formula 1 teams the chance of coming into practice 1, which is excellent because that's the only way we're going to get drivers used to these cars, because these cars are vastly different to the F2 or F3 cars.
Yeah, and I think as well they should really make practice 1 a T driver only for the third drivers.
Well,
that's the safety car.
That's the safety car with the graphic overload.
Yeah. Giving us what turn 10's track limit is. Yeah, turn 9 and 10, the same track limits as what it was last weekend as well. And Hamilton's
what's Lewis just been up to?
Got off the track ever so slightly, but all 4 is off.
Yeah, all 4.
But this is what we're going to be seeing. Hamilton's had 4 lap times deleted in a row.
Like we were saying last week, though, when you come down that hill and you can't actually see the line.
Yeah, you can't. It's
you've got to
blind,
guess,
yeah.
and you're trying to guess to be as close to that line as possible. And there was so many track limits got rid of last week, and because you're just coming down, you don't see it till the last minute, and then the momentum of the car, because it's a G-force corner.
It just flows around.
It's pushing to the left. The car is pushing to the left. You know.
It's an unbelievable little part.
It's a wonder. I just feel that they should correct the track there.
Well, from what I've heard as well,
put a mirror in.
Yeah, we said last weekend as well that they're looking at extending the track down at turn 1 and 2 and pull out the last corner a little bit, so it's more of an overtaking opportunity.
I don't know if it's. I haven't seen them really in South Yorkshire.
Oh, that's close.
North Yorkshire have got them, and so was Lincolnshire and Norfolk. But I can't remember seeing any in South Yorkshire. But they do put blind bends. They put mirrors up.
Just so they can see. Yeah. I've seen a couple of them.
The only problem with that in Formula 1 is you've got like with the things, you've got to actually put the mirror so it's not facing the sun.
Yellow.
We've got a yellow out.
Trying to look at it. It's Lance Stroll.
It's
Because look, he's
Yeah, he
stopped in the
stopped.
middle. Yeah.
And
So where Stroll, I think, has gone off at the exit of the Pirelli corner
he's
into
got
the
started
Vutch
again.
curves.
I think he's
Yeah.
he's
Oh,
just
there he is.
run onto the grass, as we see now. But he's done those tyres, hasn't he?
Flat spot. And they're the Pirelli test tyres as well. So these are Lance Stroll's on the
they've
tyres.
got no colour on them,
Yeah.
have they?
So these are the tyres that Pirelli are testing to bring to the British Grand Prix. They're a lot harder and more durable than the tyres we've got right now. But we've got green on the circuit, which
Well,
is
he's
good news.
obviously, by the look of the brake there, the wear, he spotted them tyres really badly. So
Yeah.
have we got a repeat
I hope
of,
we do,
of
yeah.
the actual onboard? Because I think he braked and locked up.
On those test tyres are Verstappen, Perez, Raikkonen, Stroll, Ocon, Norris, Schumacher, Ilott, Mazepin, Guan Yu Zhou, Bottas, Vettel, and Hamilton.
Perez is actually purple in both sectors.
Across the line then, with the DRS open, he's kept it in. This should go top. It's P2, only 24,000 top.
Yeah, he
Poor
had a
third
very
sector,
poor
yeah.
third sector there, didn't he?
And that's a surprise to see, but he was fastest first two sectors. Here's Stroll, so what's he done? Coming into Pirelli, does he just catch the exit curb? Yes, he does. Gets a wheel of the gravel on the exit and just spins him round. Lucky actually not to hit the barrier or to wipe anyone on the track.
The interesting thing there.
Oh, this could be a good camera. Whoa! that's a great camera angle in the gravel
it's
trap.
great. It shows the gravel really well.
So just puts a wheel on it.
Yeah.
That must be bedded into the gravel as well. That's a quite risky camera angle. But yeah, just skidding. And it's a wet grass as well.
And it's
so.
the grass that's done the tyres. And
Yeah.
if grass does tyres, when you've got a locked brake, the interesting thing there was, and other people might not have come up with it, but the right brake seemed to give way, even though you could see by the other three tyres that it was still locked. It started the tyres started moving,
Yes.
and that suggests.
So the brake's just gone.
I'm
isn't
just
it?
looking.
That's Verstappen's front
I
wing.
know.
Yeah.
How much camber they've got. The Red Bull have got on this. The camber is straightness of the wheels,
Yeah.
and Max's is like that.
That's very high
That's
camber. Yeah.
hard. That's high, very high.
What's that? I can't read that. The T-shirt. There was something that I'm.
Most
something
British
the
cars, you
Duffy Man,
can't
something.
adjust the camber. If you've got
No,
a
you can't,
camber
can you?
problem on your British cars, we once went to this garage and they said, "Oh, your camber's wrong. It costs you £90 to actually have it done." And I say, "You can't adjust a camber on a Renault Laguna."
No, you can't, can you?
And they went, "What? You can't adjust it?" I said, "If it'll be a bush gone or something like that. If it's like that."
Wonder if you can do it on the Chevrolet.
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause
you
they're
might be
American,
actually.
aren't
Yeah, because on most American cars you can.
Because they like really soft suspension, don't they? That's more bouncing
Yeah.
across it. You see
Oh
that a
yeah,
lot with
that's why you
Camaros,
see on the V8 police cars
Yeah.
them bouncing over.
There's the weather forecast for the weekend. In the afternoon for free practice 2, we're expecting very heavy thunderstorms. This has changed in the space of 12 hours, by the way.
Isn't it one of the most picturesque views?
Oh yeah.
You know that.
I think this one, the Red Bull Ring, Montreal, and Silverstone are the three most picturesque calendars on the tracks on the calendar.
Yeah,
Absolutely fantastic.
a lot of them have stayed all week among the media.
Yeah.
Rachel's been hiking
Yeah, they've also
in your mother's jacket. She's
Look
got
like
the
it,
same
yeah.
jacket as your
Oh,
mum.
the denim one, yeah.
The denim one.
The only Sky personnel who aren't here this weekend, no Ted Kravitz, as far as I know, because he's with W Series. No
Dill.
Yeah, no Damon Hill, no Martin Brundle. He's not here this weekend, and no Simon Lazenby. So I think this is the first weekend where, and no Anthony Davidson. So correct me if I'm wrong. I think they've definitely got for the first time the B team: Pinkham, Brooks, Herbert, Crofty, and Karun Chandnok, as well as Paul di Resta. They've got 6 people there, but it's all the most disliked members of the team.
Disliked?
I'm not even kidding. Twitter, they are not happy with Paul di Resta. They're okay with Johnny. they're all right with Natalie and Rachel.
PDRs.
They don't like Karun, but
Well,
they really don't like Paul.
They complain. The viewers complain that there's not enough technical things said
Yeah.
in the things. So you get PDR there, who is a very technically minded person and gives it technically, right? And they don't like him. Wow, that's stupid.
I know,
You've got
it's weird,
Karun, right?
Karun is fantastic.
Karun is
genius,
great at
yeah.
everything.
Yeah, I mean, I find it a shame he left Channel 4 to come to Sky, but because he was great on Channel 4. But because they've already got technical teams here, but he is great at explaining things. But yeah, PDR isn't exactly popular.
And the
with
girls,
the fans.
Natalie is from a engineering family background and has been around Formula One with her best friend Claire Williams for years,
now,
right? Rachel.
Oh,
Brooks-
sorry, hang on. That's Antonio Giovinazzi getting in the way of Kimi Raikkonen, and Raikkonen giving him the 1C for lunch. Oh, it's Mazepin. Oh, what a surprise.
Rachel Brooks got her driving license with Jamie Chadwick and Jess
Racing license, yeah.
racing license, and her brothers are racing drivers
So
in other formulas, aren't they?
Nikita Mazepin doing what we were expecting all weekend as well. That they were going there, and Kimi Raikkonen, I think, giving the finger to Nikita Mazepin might be the highlight of the season.
Right, I don't know about you lot, but one thing I've been noticing is that since they told everybody to strengthen these rear wings, how the suspension makes them bobble,
Yeah.
right? Now, that one didn't bobble that much, but what I did notice was the engine cover bobbled instead.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah, that's like the engine cover's made of foil almost.
Yeah.
because it just ripped nearly
Now,
apart.
engineering-wise, there is a reason something has to bobble, because you've got that bobble force.
The
if it's-
magnitude of it. Yeah.
if it'll break something.
Yeah.
So you've got to have things. And this was always my argument with the objection to the stiff wings.
Yeah, because it was
Because
there to,
it would break them to stiffen them up. And why don't you just let everybody develop wings
that can move around. Yeah.
This MotoGP, one of the things I hate about MotoGP is these token things.
Yeah.
Where you can use a token to develop one part of the car.
If you haven't got a podium, yeah.
And we've had tokens in Formula One now, and I disagree with them. I don't know about anybody else, but I disagree with them. And cost cap is
It's
dull
never-
in
yeah.
racing.
Cost cap racing, they did it in IndyCar and it nearly killed the sport. Now they have all Dallara chassis and everything.
Why don't you do something
Yeah.
like British touring cars, where you have two different championships in the one,
Yeah.
right?
'Cause you got
And
the-
allow the privateers
yeah.
to do anything. If you're worried that the Formula One
Yeah.
is being dominated by teams that are associated with the manufacturers, right? And you want other people to come in, give them an incentive as well,
So yeah,
right?
you were talking about
Don't take away from the main championship. It just gives an,
incentive to come. Yeah, you're
and
talking
the
about.
rookies.
I've got the touring car notes alongside me actually in the box, and these are the championships we have to cover. You think touring cars is easy to cover? It's really not. You have to work out the drivers' championship, the manufacturers and constructors' championship. That's all in one. The teams' championship, the independent trophy, the independent teams trophy, and the Jack Sears trophy. So that's what 1, 2, 3,
Well, the
4,
Jack
6
Shears
trophies.
trophy is what I've just been on about.
Yeah.
It's the rookies trophy.
That's and anyone
Right.
who didn't score
So-
a point.
So
last
I
year.
would call a rookie someone that's been in Formula One for less than 3 years.
Yeah.
So if you also you would get a bigger incentive
to go for the money. Yeah,
for the lads that that are working their way up to the front teams. If you give them a championship as well within the championship.
So there's the point out once again into Honda 1, 2, 3, 4. It is indeed. Josh Plays has rejoined us. Hello to you. Synthal also says, ignore the viewers. They always have something to complain about. Some Dutch fans hate the Dutch commentator, and I hate them. See, it's even split there.
Sake.
Oh, he's leaving.
It's as if the Dutch commentator actually swears on air.
He does as well, yeah, doesn't he? Yeah.
He does, yeah. But
And he's leaving
He
at the end of
brings
the year.
in a different way to Murray, but he brings a lot of
Passion, yeah.
passion to Formula One, doesn't he?
Sadly, he's leaving at the end of the year. And Synthal says Giovinazzi isn't driving today. Yep, that's why I immediately should have corrected it was Mazepin, because we should have been looking at the driver tracker, but it was a replay. But we'll have the driver tracker open now because Sky F1 have got an ad break, which means we can't see anything, so which means we're looking at the pictures. We need to get that other monitor set up for the pit lane channel.
Ricardo's been followed by Sonoda, and there's a big gap between him and Latifi, and Sonoda is behind about the same gap behind Ricardo. Verstappen is on a faster lap, and he's got a little gap between but Stroll seems to be going slowly again.
Yeah, he's backed out of it, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's I think he wants Vettel to overtake him. Or are they practicing the toe?
I think they must be practicing the toe.
Yeah.
Because we saw last weekend in qualifying how crucial it is.
Because that's why I you know how crucial it is, right? Gasly's now coming up behind Tsunoda and about to pass him, right?
Got to keep it.
Oh no, he's going for the. No, he has passed him now.
Yeah.
Right. Teammates should be working together, should they? No, not in this game. They should be. Teammates should be working together only after they've decided who's the top dog in the team.
Well, Vettel or Stroll?
Yeah, you know, I don't like this fact that people are thinking that Perez isn't allowed to race Max.
Well, I think what we saw previously was the fact
Perez
that
has got the match of Max.
I think Perez could
some of
easily
these
get there.
circuits.
Perez could very easily get there into the championship positions if he wanted to.
Hello,
Oh, let's open up the chat.
GKP Tech. He says hello.
Good morning. Good
gents.
morning. And Synthel says as well, no one complains about the swearing, but he sometimes misses something or says someone else's name, but they try, but try commentating yourself with that many information and keep up with. Even we make the mistakes. It's quite easy to.
What we don't have, we have the radio going into our ears from the drivers. Most commentators have what you call spotters.
Yeah, they're always in your ears,
right? Which sometimes even are for fun. It's some of them are cameramen, aren't they?
Yeah, if they see something on the track, they'll come over and there's a feed that FOM give out, and then you have it in your ears.
And you've got it in your ears. I mean,
right now we've got radio talking in your ears.
The incident where Lewis was going into the pits and then went over the grass and came out again. And there was another incident with the opposite, right? If you ever could hear what was going on in the Sky Sports commentator's ear at that time, there were 7 people talking to him,
and he had to continue.
And he had to, he had to actually, act normally and commentate well. He does a great job. I know he makes mistakes, but then so did Murray.
Yeah, everybody does. Even we.
Crofty has Sky have got a lot of money.
Yeah.
They're probably the worst at this with the different number of people going through the ears.
Yeah. Right, who we got in our ears right now? Because we have to work it out. It was Gasly.
Gasly, that was.
So we had Gasly in our ears just then talking.
Yeah, Gasly was talking in our ears at the same time.
Because he's just coming to the pit lane, actually, so that's why. But, so we've got to process all that and try and get back out. But Stroll back in the pit lane too. And the one thing also as well is that at any one time as well...
Is the Dutch guy going somewhere else?
No, he's just leaving. He's retiring, I think, from F1. The one thing as well, when all three...
Yeah, a bit like Ben?
A bit like Ben, yeah. He'll come back.
Yeah, he'll be back.
Ben came back
I'll
as well.
be back.
Yeah. Ben's back this weekend, actually.
Has anyone heard Toto, do his Arnold?
Yeah, I've seen it. Has it already happened?
He's getting that good at it now. I'll be back.
It's very scary how good he gets. Well, both Austrian and both from the same part of Austria.
It's like not American, but a Russian accent through my daughter.
Yeah. Oh, Megan will have to. If Megan is, I don't think she will be.
Kellyanne talks.
Kellyanne could do a very good Scout accent, yeah.
I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
it's brilliant.
Got the chat open as well.
I do not know.
And Synth also says, and some people hate him because he's a bit of a Max fan, but like
some people don't like me because I'm a Lewis fan.
Yeah.
It's because they simple.
Yeah.
I think it's because Christian's on there. Come on.
Christian's on
I
there.
wish I could hear what Christian's saying.
Just turn the fader off. Quick. Did he just say? Did Paul just say Crofty? Even though Rachel's in the box. Yeah. Sorry.
I'm just wondering about this new wing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, I want to talk to which
About
one's
Fader.
Fader? Right. I've just heard what Christian said. They can't hear what Christian
No,
said.
no,
though,
they
do
can't, no.
I've just heard what Christian's been on about. Now, a lot of the teams picked up on a FOM camera that was being set up behind the pit lane.
Yeah.
It was being set up for another reason, and what it actually caught was, I think it was Wednesday afternoon when they were setting the cameras up,
Yeah.
and or getting them right for what after a week, and they were just doing a test, and they noticed the van arrive from Red Bull factory in London, right, and with the parts, but they noticed
Yeah.
a new floor. They noticed new front wing boxes for new front wings, and I was pretty convinced that was because of the damage that they did to the Max had a bit of damage to his floor
Yeah, a couple of
Last
races.
week.
Yeah.
last week, and also there was a few things with the front wings, and so they brought some new front wings over. They brought a new floor because they haven't got a spare. And
Yeah, that was a worry.
And yet everyone
Yeah.
was going, "Oh, they've brought all these developments."
No, there's new.
And he's Christian, right? Spice boy there. He's just he ain't got his lederhosen on.
No, he hasn't. That's the news. That's probably a Sunday thing, to be fair. But go on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just the same things.
So you've been talking to Jerry, haven't you? How is the Sunday thing? Anyway, yeah. Christian's just confirmed that the stuff was brought because of the fact that it's not necessarily a new front wing of design, but it's just a replacement front wings for the damage that they made last time in the floor.
We've got some chat options coming up here. Cynthia, let's finish his points because we've got those coming through. Cynthia says, and some people hate him because he's a bit of a Max fan, come on, he's Dutch. Also, he's been commentating for so long, he's just not watching for Verstappen. He loves the sport. Absolutely. Sunas, welcome, and says, in India, they are telecasting Wimbledon instead of F1 today. No other channel is showing F1. That's ridiculous. I mean, yeah, Wimbledon's great. We've been watching Wimbledon and the Andy Murray and the football and that, but yeah, come on, show some F1. Jazz also says, I don't know why I dislike Crofty so much. His voice is, I think, maybe, yeah, I can see why as well.
Crofty's very radio.
He is very radio, yeah.
Yeah, Crofty is very radio. It's like when a football commentator goes from radio to the screen, they forget sometimes that you're giving too much information out. But then again, we do.
Yeah, I try and take the more Ben Edwards approach.
Jats Beth Stappen. I wonder who that is.
That's not Beth, is it? Beth, have you changed your name?
Yeah, to Jats
Beth?
Beth Stappen. Beth Stappen.
Yeah, you that is Beth, isn't it? You've changed your name. Well, we thought we might get away with that, but if that is Beth, good evening to you, Beth. Cynthia says 90% of Dutch's fans are Max fans, so shut up. I'm sorry, but those people who just hate everyone for no reason annoy it. Yeah, there's a couple of people in the paddock that I'm not a fan of, but yeah. GPK Tech says sent him an email and asked him to join for a Grand Prix. Which one? What, the Dutch one? Can't remember.
The Dutch guy, because he's retiring.
Get him on, yeah. Get him on the broadcast. I love that. Cynthia, I'm a commentator fan, but I kind of agree with Jans. Well, that's just Beth, isn't it?
Right,
not a big fan of Crofty.
Riverson's in Belgium, and Cynthel's in Holland, Netherlands. Do you still get English TV?
I think we did, didn't we?
Because one of the reasons that Belgian people and Dutch people speak English so well is that a lot of the English programs, and they all used to get British TV, either via the cable system or the things like that. It was very popular. Who was that?
That's another car as well. I'm just trying to find out who, because I saw a tweet from Motorsport Broadcasting I wanted to say, but go on.
Anyway, yeah. And so if you dislike it, just get Crofty on. Like Beth Verstappen
That's going to be
listens
hard.
to Crofty. Now, if Beth Verstappen listens to Crofty, she must be in Australia, Canada, the USA,
and every other speaking
English-speaking area.
Which is, we've got a yellow.
Which sound
And we'll say, oh, that's right. Car off. It's one of the Astons. It's Lance Stroll again at the last corner.
yeah, but that's what have I always said about what is the point of practice one? It's to push the car to the limits. Now, they learnt an awful lot last week. of the data
Ooh,
for,
that's
for this
tight.
track. Do you remember last year, the first time we had a double race, double weekend?
Yes, yeah.
At things. The second weekend was totally different to the first.
Yeah,
Because-
massively, yeah.
Because people have now got all the data from the previous week, and they can change their tactics, change their strategy. And we had whereas we thought we'd have the same race, we had
It was
a
too
great
different.
race
Yeah.
at both things,
It
and
was,
both races.
and look at that again, just
Yeah.
losing the rear.
Well, his dad pays for the tyres, so it don't matter.
No grip, lost the tyres, and those tyres are done. Stroll's been on those tyres.
Yeah, he's not got the Pirelli new ones on, is he? He's got the normal red wall.
And do you want to know how long he's been on those tyres? 1 lap.
1 lap.
1 lap, and those tyres are done. I think we're now going to start to suspect the fact that these softer compound tyres that they've got to get to grips with this weekend might be a little bit of an issue. Are you going to do live commentary from Silverstone? At the moment, no, because the restrictions there are quite hard to get into. I have tried, but it doesn't look like I'll be at Silverstone this year.
He could go as a fan, but not as. We've got someone shouting in our ears now.
It's just, yeah,
He could go as a fan, but they
funny
are.
show.
We're having problems with the media side of it.
Yeah, I
for Silverstone,
I could easily go as a fan.
because after all, he's a Tuvac.
Yeah, I can
Star
get
Trek
it. Yeah,
fans.
yeah.
He is two vaccinations.
I can if I can. The problem is as well because at the moment it will be in a biosphere. It's harder to get into the F1 paddock than it is to get into the British Touring Car paddock. So in order to get into the F1 paddock, I've been trying all week. As I said, I've been emailing people as well, but it's very, very difficult to get in. But maybe I can't.
How
watch
many
Silverstone
punches
with
did
you.
we have last week? 3.
Let's see. We had a couple on Friday, didn't we? 3.
The weather's changed today.
6, 7 in total last weekend. Yeah.
This morning it was very overcast and very cold at the track.
Yeah.
Karun has got his winter jacket on.
Yes,
and
yeah.
Even Rachel's got a denim jacket on.
I'm glad we're in our UK studio as well because I
We've got a heater.
Yeah, I've got the heater on, but I chose a red jumper, a red T-shirt this morning because we were in Austria, and I thought, oh, that'd be all right. But yeah, it looks very cold over there as well. No fans in the main grandstand though. They're trying to keep it low as possible over the next 2 days, but Sunday is 140,000 fans in attendance. As it's Raikkonen P2 105. Sonoda goes top 105.474. That's not going to last long because there comes Verstappen 3/10 faster 105.143. Chat's open again, and
I think they should do something for Crofty, like they did under the old producer. Make him more accessible to people.
yeah.
So he can explain things to people.
I miss #AskCrofty.
And Ask
Yeah.
Crofty was a great show because you always had a guest that wasn't driving, or
Yeah.
And you could ask technical questions. And
It
things
was what
like
was
that.
needed. Yeah.
Yeah. Who would you suggest then as our British commentator? And if you say Josh, it gets rid of him. Thank you.
Okay, it was close. Hang on, we've got a yellow. Sorry to cut across. We've got a yellow flag out there on the track. I'll get back to that in a second because don't know where this yellow is and can't see who it is. Schumacher and Mazepin are going quite slow together. It could be Mazepin having a spin. But it was only a brief yellow and it is Sector 2. So that's Hamilton coming through at the top. Sector 5. And it was Mazepin spinning at turn 3. Mazepin has spun at turn 3, so I was right. Jenny Gow tweeting, drink. Every time he has a spin, isn't it?
Yeah, Jenny has a drink. Now, it's got to be a soft drink because she's working.
Has to be, yeah.
And the BBC have strict rules about this.
Yeah, no drinking on air. That's the rule.
No drinking on air. But then again...
Perez goes P7, 105, 949. I want to see what happened to Stroll. To Mazepin. It must have just been a simple lock of the rear. Back to the chat then quickly. Yes, are we going to Silverstone for live commentary? At the moment, no, but it is 2 weeks away, and we didn't know we were getting to Snetterton until, 3 days before? So that could be easily quite quick.
That's up to you, not up to me.
I probably wouldn't be there for the race. I'd probably be there Friday only, because then I can come back and do the stuff on the Saturday, Sunday. Because we've also got W Series to cover on the Saturday. I think I've got something else to cover on the Saturday as well. So I'd probably only be away
Your chat
for Friday.
While I've been away, your chat has got really quite good.
I know. Loads of viewers are tuning in as well. 3 stops or 4 stops? How many punctures? Well, we could see a 2-stop race, possibly a 3 if the rain plays a factor. But with these softer tyres, it looks to be a 2-stopper. Punctures? Oh, there's going to be loads with these soft tyres. We already had a couple last weekend. Mate, I can't watch Silverstone with you because I'm in Spain. Oh, Synthill's in Spain when he went Silverstone. No worries at all. We'll be on catch-up. GKP Tech, will Hamilton end on 3 wheels again at Silverstone, I presume? Or
Possibly because
yeah.
the Pirellis are not good at Silverstone.
Yeah. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I think we've got replay here of what happened to to Nikita Mazepin. Hamilton dives up the inside very late on the break. So Mazepin dawdling on the exit. And then Hamilton was on a fast lap, goes up the inside. Let's see what Hamilton says. Got traffic as well. Not happy with that one, was he?
Yeah, but he
Did he spin it? On board with Mazepin. Gets out of the way. Does he hit the accelerator? Oh, well, Hamilton almost hit him. Okay, I don't think that's Mazepin spinning. That was Mazepin going off the track. But who do you think was in the wrong there? Mazepin for being on the racing line, or Hamilton not, cutting it? I'm not sure.
I think the people who were speaking in his ears should have warned him.
Yeah, about he was coming up. Yeah,
it used to happen all the time, and yet it doesn't happen now.
Yeah. Bizarre. Well, that's with the spotters. Beth saying as well, Stroll is in an Aston like a teenager having cars and coffee in a Mustang.
Is Beth actually admitting to being Beth this morning, or is she still Jats Verstappen?
I think it is Beth, isn't it? I can see Beth in the name, so it took me a second as well to guess. But we've got the funny puns in the comments. It has to be. And then she's also said to JP.
Is she under lockdown?
Could be, yeah. GKP Tech, that was unbelievable last year. I couldn't believe my eyes. We actually covered the British Grand Prix live last year in a very basic format. This is just a webcam on us. But that was the first race we covered live. And we couldn't believe what was happening over there as well. That was the accident. That was what happened.
Because we've got people in Sydney as well, and they quite a few of them are under lockdown. Different districts, I think it's
sadly, yeah.
On the outskirts, are they? But
I think a couple of them are, aren't
they?
I know a friend of mine is
they have less outbreaks than us, and they've locked them down.
It makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah, about
GK,
whether or not our Prime Minister, some mophead,
is doing the right things. Yeah. JKP Tech, Mazza spin, and Jess also says Mazza spin. Everyone's going over there. Josh is clapping with that one. Mazepin didn't spin. He didn't, did he?
He just got scared out of his wits because all of a sudden he had a Mercedes coming down on his
because
port side.
We said he spun because
it's his starboard side.
Yeah. As Bottas goes up into P5, but on the race control chat that we've got up in the comments box, it says car 9 Mazepin spun and continued turn 3. That's why he said Raikkonen's track limits deleted at turn 10. But Mazepin didn't spin. He nearly hit Lewis and went off. Yeah, that's exactly what happened to Synthil. And Jane Matthews also saying, wow, just got here. Mazepin already involved in some shenanigans. He was involved with Raikkonen just a couple of minutes ago as well. And Ferrari's out of nowhere. Yeah, Leclerc P2, Sainz P3 at the moment on the board. Here's the board for you now with 21 minutes to go. But welcome. Mazepin's been in 3 possible contacts this morning already?
Yeah. He's clearly not on the job. The answer for the Ferraris did very well last week. They've got good data. They know their car likes this track. I was expecting them to be up near the top, weren't you?
I was, and I was very excited in FP3 when it sort of appeared. They came out of nowhere, but not great news.
I mean,
at the moment.
you look at what happened last week. Charles hit Gasly, right, by a stupid mistake. Right, he needed some quick repairs. Was absolutely last, and what did he come 7th?
Yes, P7, yeah. Sorry, I've just had a tweet.
That's amazing.
I've just had a tweet come in. A wheat. We've had some wheat come in. A tweet come in.
I know we've got ducks in the garden, but that's ridiculous. That's quackers.
Lawrence Barato, who's the F1 TV reporter and the Channel 4 TV reporter, says that Vettel was handing out flower seeds in the TV pen today. Between the Austrian races, he stayed local and worked with a group of kids to install a racing car in a field that acts as a bee hotel to give bees more space where they can flourish. And he's put this out with saying, "Give bees a chance," with Sebastian Vettel on. There's the photo, look. Where is it? There we go. So yeah, he's gone.
It's
completely
Sebastian
out,
and the cheese all over again, and Ted, isn't it?
yeah, and then
He lives in Switzerland, you know.
And Alex Thompson, who's the girlfriend of Jack Aitken, has said Sebastian must be protected at all costs. She's also, I should say, not just the, as we see Tsunoda getting in trouble out there on the track too, he's in a little bit of a traffic jam as he ran up the inside of Nicholas Latifi and locked up as well. But yeah, we should also say that Alex Thompson, also the social media manager at Alpine F1
And
team.
the fact that we gave away that now that Ralph is working for German TV, it's young Mick is spending more time with Sebastian,
And you see as well.
and how close they are. They had an interview together on the interview.
They did, yeah. I'm looking forward to
And
seeing
people were
it.
asking how much Sebastian has been involved, and it's even more than we thought.
So Seb is massively involved. And one thing I do like as well is Vettel's actually on the track right now. Oh, so Noda's saying that Nicholas Latifi is a bleeping idiot.
Seb said that the reason I help and the reason I get so involved is because of the fact that when I was young, Michael did for me the same and helped me. And Michael's not there to help. So I see it as my duty. And I just thought that was like the flower thing this morning, the flower seeds this morning. You've seen a side of Sebastian. Sebastian is very much a family man. He's very much concerned with the environment.
I love it.
And he's a very caring person. That's why all this thing about when Lewis and him were rivals.
They weren't.
They got on so well.
They were never rivals, ever.
No, because they're both quite passionate about things like that. Lewis has got a plant-based diet that Andrew's put him on. And that sort of thing means they can talk about something that isn't Formula One to each other.
I will get on to the chat in just a second because as well, we'll just get on to that in a second because I said last weekend.
Synthel says in an interview, Mazepin said that he had a heavier car than Schumacher.
Very interesting.
Right? That's because Mazepin is overweight.
Just over society compared to the.
Have you seen how chunky the guy is?
Yeah.
He is a really chunky guy.
So let's go back as well. Since Jane, I'd say Jane now. Jane Matthews at the top. We already read your comment now, didn't we, about Mazepin being involved in that lot? It's because the chat's in two different places. So I'm going to have to look at the monitor.
It's just not good enough.
Yeah.
I was quite happy watching the last race to see that he was driving a bit more maturely, and he was actually starting to.
Yeah,
perform, not brilliantly, but
he was doing something.
He was doing some of the things that we look for, right?
And then this weekend, he just seems to be a massive step backwards. Okay, so Beth says, week 2 of lockdown, and yes, Synthel, those Ferraris were very pacey. Synthels are saying, still, we've got drivers shouting in our ears at the moment.
Yeah, but also
it's Gasly.
We did predict that Ferrari. We know we've got a lot of Ferrari fans out there. And we did predict that Ferrari were doing things behind the scenes that would improve their car. They had to because it was not good.
Hang on, we've got Beth coming in a second, as you can see on the chat. Still, Synthel says, I still think Mazepin is overhated. Is that overhated? There's. I think Mazepin already had a reputation coming from Formula 2 before the incident with the woman in Bahrain.
There are two sides to a fish.
Yeah. Oh, is that you? The best comment, yeah.
My son-in-law's father is a filleter, isn't he? At one of the fish factories.
Yeah.
Right? And
I don't really know that one.
You know, have you ever seen someone fillet a fish? Lump it down, one side off, turn it over, the other side off.
Very good.
Two sides to a fish.
GKP Tech saying, how about Mazepin new chassis? What's that about? We covered that, didn't we? And Beth saying, poetry time. Best comments from Ian at home. There are two sides to a fish, don't you know? And PDR attracts Twitter hate. And Angie is beefed up of late.
Yeah, I'm worried
There
that
you
Angie is the fittest person in that paddock,
Yeah.
right? And
She's a triathlon runner.
she was a marathon runner, and a New Zealander, isn't she?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Right, and all of them admire her, things like that, and it just worries me that she's on a plant-based diet as well, and if she's hurt herself, right, she is the force behind Lewis,
Yeah.
keeping fit, and I didn't want to say this because I don't like to say about, but she's not the only one that's beefed up. So is Lewis.
Yeah. So it's like they
It
can't
looks
train
like
as much. Yeah.
it looks like they've been having too many plants.
Well, Lewis got that new
Plant
plant-based
burgers.
burger. That's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah, the plant-based burgers that they did. That me and Kellyanne did actually when we were down in Chelsea a couple
And the
of
dog
years ago.
actually sneaks next door to
Yeah.
the motorhome next door because Valtteri loves the barbecue. And he does real sausages.
Yeah.
But he gives the dog real sausages. And then when Lewis goes, hey, what are you giving my dog?
Veggie.
He goes, veggie. Of course, they're veggie.
Yeah, they're vegetarian sausages.
Don't worry, Lewis. They are veggie.
They're not veggie.
What a load of rubbish.
They're not veggie.
They're not veggie.
Beth also saying, but you can't change camber on a Renault. I think that's another one. We'll have to get these printed on T-shirts for you. We'll have to get
You can't change the camber on a Renault.
And I think Beth is also just saying herself that
The Renault structure of their wheel assembly that fits onto the supported struts, right, does not include an adjustment for the camber, right? The triangular with bushes in it,
Yeah.
piece of thing that keeps it all nice and neat. It's the bushes that keep it in line. It doesn't have an adjuster to adjust the camber. The camber is set by the triangular bushes. I know because I've had that happen to my cars so often. The number of times that Danny has hammered out a bush and pushed out a bush because I've lengthened it.
Yeah. Sorry,
You dirty-minded person.
I just seriously.
I thought I brought you up better than that. But yeah, it's the bushes that cause the things. Whereas on my wife's car, it's different
Only once have we.
because she likes American cars.
Nikita Mazepin down in towards.
She also likes Renaults.
Nikita
She's had
Mazepin.
quite a lot of Renaults.
Mazepin's actually had an off moment at turn one now. He got on the exit curb and lost the rear of the car
that's
as
'cause
well.
he's not driving a Renault.
And Betha says that she's eaten a fillet of fish. Have you ever had that from McDonald's?
Fillet of fish.
I don't-
Fillet of fish.
Fillet of fish. I don't actually think I've ever had the fish burger from McDonald's. I've had the chicken burger and I've had the normal burgers and the salads and that lot.
And have you had the silly one from the silly aisles? The silly burger.
Oh dear. No, but I don't think I've ever actually had the.
Fillet of fish.
No, does have you? I can't remember.
Why would I want something as rubbish as that?
Well, I'm just wondering because I know we.
I will throw potato cakes back and say, "You called it a fish cake? It's supposed to be fish in a fish cake."
To be fair though, I know you because you can't eat cheese, but I seem to remember you had hamburgers, didn't you? Yeah.
I had what?
When we were on a road trip somewhere, you would always have a hamburger or something.
A hamburger, yeah. And I remember having an argument at Ingermel's with the fish and chip shop owner that a Yorkshire patty ain't a fish cake.
No. Oh, there you go, Beth. There's another one for you. Especially as she said, to be clear. Yeah, those are Ian's quotes.
Ian's quotes from this session in the form of a limerick.
What's that? We'll try harder next time. Hashtag. I don't think you need to. Should be all right. I think Megan's in FP2. I hope she is. Because we're trying to rest you as much as possible, considering we need you for the race and quality, because Megan is asking for time off. What is this on the back of the... Look at this on the back of the Mercedes. It's like shiny, unpainted diffuser. So they're trying something different at the back of that Mercedes. Are these the updates that they're on about? Yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting for the back. Looks like a new diffuser. And we've got a perfect angle of that.
I am so glad that everyone is listening to me carefully.
Who's missed him?
I haven't.
No. Well, yeah, been in the past couple of races.
I've been with myself all the time.
Well, to be fair, you did do a couple of laps at the French Grand Prix because it was Father's Day, but we let you go because it needed to be out there. But yeah.
You forced me.
Well, it was Father's Day. We did let you go back there.
You wanted me on the air with you because it was Father's Day.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
And then you threw rocks at me and I left.
Yeah, I suppose what happened. Let's have a look then at the chat again because Cynthia says, by the way, still weird Mazepin said that. Yeah, he's slower and tries to say why, but like, do you think it's true? What, the chassis are... No, I don't think it is. I think this is Mazepin trying to defend himself as to why he's got that seat.
I think he's just taking off what Lewis said about the other car.
Yeah. For one, nothing anybody can say would change my mind to say that Schumacher
Lewis
is
denied
a lot
that, by the
faster
way, saying that
than Mazepin,
there was something wrong because
Yeah.
he got Valtteri's car and it didn't work
They're
as
fine.
well.
Yeah, they're both the same because they swapped back. But honestly, nothing you can say will change my mind to say that Mazepin is a slower driver than Schumacher. Schumacher's much faster.
We just had a message from Pirelli.
Yeah. Pretty much any tyre line, but Max Verstappen on the Red Bull Ring is still faster on the soft tyres.
Max at the moment is faster than anybody in anything.
About 2 tenths.
You know, you're finally giving him a car that can actually achieve what a Mercedes does, right?
Yeah.
So you're seeing his genius.
4 races in a row, of course.
Yeah.
for
I
the-
mean, I want the same now to happen with Mercedes.
Yeah, they need to swing back.
So that we have an equal balance, because at the moment we haven't got it's 90 to, it's the other way, like it was last season for Red Bull against Mercedes.
Yeah, swap back, yeah.
You know, it's swapped sides now, and what you get now is the unevenness of last year coming through. It's only the genius of Lewis that's actually won the races this year,
And he's only won 3.
and that's how the genius of Verstappen won races in the previous years, because of the fact that you know, it's a game of chess, like football.
8. How many? 4, 5? Red Bull have won 5 races this year.
Yeah,
And thinking
one of
about
them,
it, yeah.
2, 4. Yeah.
Okay, let's just go back as well. Cynthia says, but like, why would he say he has a heavier car? Yeah, if they were in equal cars, he'd still be
Because
slower. But do you think he should have said it that way? No.
Because he's a driver, and when they're not performing as well as they think they are, they blame everybody but themselves.
Look at Lewis at the French Grand Prix as well. He
That's
was
not
blaming
my
the team.
words. That's PDR.
Yeah. Look at
Follow the
Lewis.
rest then.
Yeah, look at Lewis at the French Grand Prix as well. He was off the pace, was off the car. He started blaming the teams.
Team.
And Beth says, if Megan needs to ask for time off from her family's home commentary box, she needs to get herself a good employment lawyer, minimum wage and all that. Yes, with a winky face. Megan might actually agree with that one. Yeah. Well, think about it. Megan has done every race since the Spanish Grand Prix. So that's Spain, Monaco, Formula E, British touring cars, and another 2 Formula Ones plus W Series. So
Well,
she's done an awful lot. So, actually, let's check because I've got the
No,
calendar here.
I'm just looking. Piers has sent me a message. Ian, do me.
I'll just walk off.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Megan has done everything since the 9th of May.
Nice, you're
So
listening.
that's 1, 2. So Megan, no, she didn't do the French Grand Prix. I forgot about that. So Megan has done every race since the 20th, since Monaco. So Megan has done since Monaco. So she's done the 23rd. So Monaco, MotoGP and Indy 500, just 2
Piers
weeks.
says he doesn't. Piers
3,
says.
4, 5,
Piers says, "Of course, I'm
6.
listening. What else have I got to do?"
Megan has done the last 6 weekends of commentating. 6 weekends
Your
in a
secret
row.
new project, Piers. That's what you
Yeah.
should be doing.
What, GB News?
Don't say things like that.
The most unwatched channel in the UK at the moment. I think even we're beating its ratings. And you say that, I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, Andrew Neil is trying to do what a certain American network has tried to do. It's got poor ratings as well.
Honestly,
American News Network.
I'm not even kidding there. Over the average of a race weekend when there's everything on, we average around about 12k live viewers. They, over the course of a weekend, are averaging around about 8 or 9k. So we're beating them in the ratings.
Basically, what GB News are doing is they're trying not to be a 24-hour news broadcaster, but they're trying to explain the news.
Yeah, which
right?
doesn't really work.
You know, one of my favourite stations was LBC.
Hamilton's off for turn one, so
I used to listen to LBC a lot.
Yeah.
Where people ring in and they talk to the guys, and the guys give their opinion. And it's usually controversial. It's usually different to your own, but and that's what they've brought together a series of people. Some of them used to be in politics, and some of them, either as a reporter or an MP, and they in all sorts of different areas. They brought these people together to discuss things. It's a news version of Loose Women.
I think
or The View.
We've got a car off the track, but I can't see who it is. I think it could be Lance Stroll again.
Have
We've
we got a
green.
yellow? I haven't got a yellow on this screen.
It was. I look on the monitor. It went yellow. Now it's just gone green
Green.
again. So I wonder where that came from. Let's just have a look and see if we can see on the map. Sector 5.
I think it was Lewis.
Could be Lewis, because Sector 5's turn 3 at Remus. Who's just coming through there? Yeah, Lewis.
Lewis is going pretty well now.
Guan Yu Zhou's going a bit slow through there. They've highlighted Bottas on there. We'll see who it is in a second. It'll come up. Beth's got some comments as well. 6 weekends equals 2.2 days of paid annual leave in Australia. Don't tell her that. I mean,
my little daughter Megan.
To be fair,
Megan has got. She has enough days off. You know what I mean?
And to be fair though,
she only works 2 days a week.
3. To be fair though, she did get paid the other week, didn't she? For that esport competition.
Oh yeah, well she got paid by the other people, the people that pay you. Paid her.
Yeah, that was a nice change.
She was she got a pocket money that day as well. She was going, she's just going top pocket.
Yeah, very very glamorous, Megan. But 6 weeks is 2.2 days of annual leave in Australia. Do not tell Megan that. She'd be wanting that. Join us there for FP2 when hopefully she's in the box, unless she throws a paddy. I said to her this morning, I asked Dad this morning.
Megan is self-employed. She does not get.
Yeah, she doesn't get anything.
She doesn't get paid leave.
Yeah.
She's self-employed.
She isn't. But I'll tell you what, though. I shouted down this morning, as scientists shouting in our ears, shouted down to you this morning, how are you feeling this morning as well? And I said, you said, oh, I'm all right. And I said, are you doing practices? And I said, oh, I'll give it a go. And I said as well to Megan, you have to stand by. And she said, she got up immediately out of her bed, looked out of her little window that she's got at the side of her room and says, I'm not doing it, and then slammed the door. Because she's got 2 little latches on the door to lock it. But yeah. Oh, we got a chat here from Synthol saying, I think the yellow flag was for Bottas driving slowly at turn 3, no spin. Okay, brilliant.
Megan's been doing all this because I've been ill. And
6 weeks then you've been ill.
Well, I've got a long-running illness, and
it's just flared up, really, isn't it?
It's got bad recently. I usually enjoy doing this, and I've not enjoyed this. I've quite enjoyed this, but sometimes I'm just not capable of doing it.
We have to ease you back into it. So I think you're
and
next.
If I have to go, I'll go.
Yeah. I think you're next down for qualifying and the race, so you get little times off now, because Megan's back for FP2 and for FP3. I'm going to try and grab Ed on the broadcast. Hopefully, if he's not too busy.
Pierce says if you've got to go, make sure you know where the toilet is, because on GMB the other morning they didn't.
Did they?
No, he didn't.
Oh,
no,
I missed that.
Yeah. Who was it? It wasn't.
Would it be?
It wasn't Adele. It was
Martin Lewis.
Yeah, Martin Lewis.
Yeah.
It was Martin Lewis. And
God send Martin Lewis in the UK.
It should be Sir Martin Lewis. Martin has made us so much money.
Yeah, just to explain that as well, Martin Lewis, you'll probably be
He's
better.
a financial expert.
Yeah, and he's on this morning and GB News.
And you know, his advice has given us so much money over the last 4 or 5 years.
So yeah, he's a great guy. Yeah, if you're in the UK, I suggest looking at some of his financial tips, and I think he's written a book as well, actually. Because I swear I saw it in Waterstones. He's a
great believer that all this sort of financial advice should be actually taught in schools.
It should be,
The book, one of the books he's produced is a book for school children to give them an idea.
Oh, wow. Side by side, Norris trying to be passed by Verstappen. Verstappen sent around the outside. Norris not want to give him track position. That was down at turn 4, and they almost came together. Look, they're still on the track. Norris definitely ahead of Verstappen now with Perez just ahead of them as Schumacher gets out of the way.
And that home economics is also about home finance.
Yeah. Also, my thanks to Tristan.
It's gone well. Look,
Yeah.
24 seconds to go of this session.
My thanks to Tristan Campbell as well for subscribing to the YouTube channel. We're nearly at 200 subscribers, you know, and it means an awful lot as well that everybody is subscribing and wants to see more content of these watch-alongs. It honestly means so much because it's so much fun.
I mean, Beth and everybody, you know Megan, right? You can't tell Megan anything.
No, you can't.
This town has a absolute history of strong-minded women, right? Because of the fact that they had to be the wives had to be
running the household.
Running the
because it's a
household
fishing dock.
and
Yeah.
doing both dad and mum jobs because the fishermen were all out in the sea catching fish, and so it's each generation have got stronger-minded women. Megan is just the latest line of stronger-minded women, and I'm so proud of her.
I don't know if she goes
and
to.
I'm so proud of all my other daughter.
I don't know if it goes to strong-minded
Well,
woman.
you said
or,
don't mention the other 16.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know if Megan goes to strong-minded woman or complete psychopath or with hitman qualities.
Oh, that's her Russian is coming on tremendously.
Yeah, we shouldn't say a natural speaking Russian. Her Russian accent of faking British is quite
Yeah,
good.
if anybody watches Killing Eve, she doesn't watch Killing Eve, and yet she could be Killing Eve.
There's a reason she doesn't watch
because
Killing Eve,
she, you know, we think that the girl of Killing Eve must have listened to Megan's Russian accent to do it.
Checker flag is out.
She's from Liverpool.
Yeah. Checker flag's
the
out.
girl who does Killing Eve.
Yeah, checker flag's out.
So she talks like that, you know.
Fourth down.
Hey, I don't know. Who's first?
Oh, yellow.
Verstappen. We've got a yellow on track.
Where? Oh, this might be for the practice starts, actually.
Yes, I think it is. Yeah.
So we've got the session over. All the drivers bar Kimi Raikkonen have taken the checkered flag, which is quite worrying. Now he has. Thank God for that.
And we haven't mentioned our little Callum once.
No, Callum Ilott P16 at the moment, which is great news.
Hey, that's not bad, lad.
So let's go through quickly.
Good lad, Callum.
Where's Guan Yu Zhou look in the Alpine, just coming out to do the practice starts. The yellows are now out to warn the drivers about this practice start.
Our little Chinese friend, who is an adopted Yorkshireman,
Well,
Zhang Yu Zhou,
lives in Sheffield.
lives in Sheffield. It's Sheffield, lad.
It's close to Dams out there. Oh, hang on. Let's have a look at here on the group chat. Beth saying, now are you comparing Megan to a fishmonger? She's got grounds for discrimination claims now as well. Yeah, Megan might not be happy with me when I come in free practice 2. If free practice 2 starts and Megan's in this chair,
I think you should know that, Beth, that Megan is actually the CEO of Joshua's company.
She's not really. Yeah, Megan's covering W Series.
She rules the roost.
Yeah.
She's lovely, my little girl.
She's the youngest, but my God, is she the most violent. Coming on here at the moment, Gasly through turn 9. Oh, a little slither off the track as well. Did he go off the track at turn 10? Yeah, all 4 was off turn 10.
Lady Morgana Olivia Birch, her full title.
She'll be in the box for FP2. She might kill me, but still. Beth saying Zhou did very well there. Who will he drive for next year? Alpine. It'll be Alpine. Has to be Alpine. Well, they've locked in Ocon, unless Alonso steps away.
This is the problem, because we don't know how many drivers are going to step away. I think he could end up. You think he's going to go to Alpine?
Actually,
I think he could go to Alfa Romeo.
I was about thinking Alfa Romeo if you get rid of Giovinazzi.
Yeah,
but they
he
might
would
put
suit
Ilott
Alfa
in there.
Romeo.
They could put Ilott in there. It might be AlphaTauri, you know.
What do you mean Giovinazzi? I have heard rumor after rumor that
yeah, he's staying. Yeah,
Kimi's
retiring.
Retiring.
Yeah, there's a lot going on at the moment. Let's hear from Guan Yu Zhou, actually. He says, thank you so much, everyone. What an experience. Absolutely loved it. That's lovely from Guan Yu Zhou to hear that. Oh, it's over Ferraris now. It's nice to hear that as well. So the yellow flags have come in. The session has concluded. Let's give you the rundown on the track as everyone's coming through. It's Verstappen, who, in fact, is that driver track of froze? Or just going incredibly slow?
Who was the guy that I don't know?
It's going incredibly slow, yeah.
I think it was the guy that it was that TV cook who was from Sheffield and
Gordon Ramsay?
No, pretends he's Italian.
Oh, Gino De Campo.
Giulio De Campo.
He's
from Sheffield. He's from Brightside.
Here's the session results then. It's Max Verstappen fastest in free practice 1. The two Ferraris surprising everyone going into P2 and P3. Leclerc second. Sainz third. Bottas fourth. Tsunoda fifth. Raikkonen, that's a strong performance of the Alfa Romeo P6. Hamilton down in seventh. A shocking session for him. He just couldn't get the tyres switched on. Perez P8 as well, the same issue. Gasly ninth, and Lando Norris rounds out the top 10. Further down, Esteban Ocon is P11. Danny Ricciardo P12. Lance Stroll 13th, Guan Yu Zhou on his debut 14th, Sebastian Vettel 15th, Callum Ilott is P16. He had a very quiet session, as you said. We haven't really mentioned him this morning, but he was out there doing quite well, getting some run-ins.
He was in the Alpha?
He was in the Alfa Romeo, replacing Raikkonen. No, Giovinazzi. Schumacher is P17, Zani P18, Latifi 19th, and surprisingly, Nikita Mazepin is 20th. He's been beaten by all current and previous F2 drivers. What does that say?
Does he spin because it says on there that he's in the RAF? I didn't know he was in the Royal Air Force.
I know, it's quite confusing. It's the, what is it?
It's because he can't represent his country, which is rubbish.
Representing, Russian Athlete Federation. That's what it is.
Yeah, Russian Athletic Federation.
That's the one, yeah, because you can't compete under the Russian flag at the moment. And if he wins, you can't have the Russian national anthem. It has
Do you
to
know
be
why
the
I think
FIA
that's rubbish? Is because of the fact that people from Russia are competing in all sorts of sports.
With
right?
that, yeah. Look
so
at F2.
it's just a political thing, and politics should be kept out of sport as much as possible.
Because this is a world championship. It should only really affect athletics, but still, that's what's happened. Okay, that's it. We'll be back for free practice 2 at a time I've forgotten. 1:50 British Summer Time. We are on air, so 1:50 British Summer Time for the next one as well.
And keeping into politics, congratulations to you know the MP that was killed.
Yes.
Right.
Oh yes.
Jo Cox.
Yeah, yes.
Her sister has just won her seat.
Oh, brilliant!
Yeah.
In the by-elections.
Yeah. Kim Ledbetter.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah. She just
brilliant.
won her seat at the by-election. So
That's fantastic.
that is, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's a nice
Because
one.
our Coronation Street had it before
Yeah,
that, but she's gone up to the Lords.
So that's it. What's been your moment of the session then? It's been quite an eventful one.
My moment of the session was when Beth started analysing my things that I say about fishmongering and things like that.
Vanity, thy name is Ian. Anyway, right, that's it then. Done
Hey,
over.
not only me. I mean, I have always brought Megan up to be as vain as possible.
Well, she'll be in that seat for FP2 later on, and we've got to also...
With a face like that,
do
you
things.
can't bring you up to be vain.
Oh, thanks. Right, we'll be back. Oh, yeah, what on earth's this? Who can run around the track? This is Sky F1. If Paul di Resta can run around the track, if Johnny Herbert can bike around the track, or if Rachel Brooks can go around an electric scooter quicker.
Yeah, people don't realise that Johnny had a big accident
he wouldn't be
which
doing the
nearly
running, would he?
severed his foot.
Yeah, 84,
And
yeah.
so just to see him bike out there...
I thought he'd be on the scooter.
Yeah, I thought he'd be on the scooter, but
Brooks,
Rachel's got that.
Yeah, I thought Rachel would be on the bike.
Are we
running.
over time?
Yeah, we are about 10 seconds away, so we better go. So, my thanks to everyone here for free practice. We will be back later for free practice 2, 1:50 British Summer Time. Thanks for your company. It's bye for now.